let's record. On the count of three, we're going to say trailer. 1, 2, 3. Trailer. All right, here we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. This is our trailer, our official trailer, our preview show for season 2 of the Buena Vista Boys. Now, if this is your first time coming across us in your feed, welcome. If you were sitting with us for season 1, welcome back again. My name is Jason. I'm with my co-host, Matt. Matt, good to see you, buddy.
What's going on, everyone?
We don't have a full show planned for you, but what we wanted to do was jump on here and explain to you what's going to be happening here on season 2. So we have another 10 episodes slated. We have 10 more movies that have been distributed by the Buena Vista Company, RIP. And they're I gotta say, they're on this side of fantastic. I feel like we put a lot of effort into designing the list. It's sort of like when you used to make mixtapes for your friends or your girlfriend or whatever. We're like, oh man, she's gonna love me because I put with this song hits right after, whatever song is popular these days. Dang, that's gonna be amazing. She's gonna call me and tell me how much she loves me. She's gonna bring the cootie catcher and we're gonna do the cootie catcher, the foldy thing, right? You know what I'm talking about?
I keep a pile of Max L tapes. One day I'll have a girlfriend and I'm going to make her a mixtape.
Man, I remember mixtapes were just the amount of effort that I put into blending music together and just going down, like sitting with my piles of CDs, looking at the back of them going, this song is so good, but what comes after? Because you need to start off strong, build up, then you get a mellow one. But you can't have two mellows in a row because then they're going to check out, right?
It's a science, and like it's so many. it's so interesting how many children were like kind of de facto DJs as a kid. Like everyone was somehow grinding that skill of being able to pick music and tempo and emotion.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, you know what? And then I would get some mixtapes from like my friends or whatever. I'm like, this is trash. There's no slow songs. It's all fast and it's just, they're not even good, man. What's going on?
I had that friend who liked nothing but like dirt punk.
I don't know why you have to insult my music. That's mainly what a lot of them were. But we put this much effort into this season 2. Season 1, there was a lot of like, oh, we're just picking and choosing, but we've honed our craft, ladies and gentlemen. So season 1, if you haven't caught it yet, please do go back and check it out. It's 10 episodes and there's a lot of great movies on there. Season 2. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Season 2, there's a little bit of a difference. We've switched things up. We kind of have, a little more audio quality there going on. So yeah, just a quick drop in, say hi, here we are, and let you guys check out these movies before we get to them. And then, you can be ready. You can listen along. You can do whatever you want to do. The first episode that we have releasing here, and it's probably going to be dropping the same time as this episode, just to kind of give you guys two shows to listen to. The first one, episode 1 of season 2, is Something Wicked This Way Comes, the absolute heater from 1983. We are opening with a scary movie, and it's an hour and 35 minutes. And I say scary. It could have been way scarier. Yeah. You know what I mean? It could have been way scary. It's based on a Ray Bradbury book. But what I've also done here is I've done the log lines. I've done a little brief summary. I asked the internet, and here's the summary for Something Wicked This Way Comes. A villainous carnival owner, Mr. Dark, preys upon unsuspecting Midwestern townsfolk by granting wishes, but for a price.
A price? I don't know. What is the price? What is the price of
my deepest, darkest desires?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably like a Twix bar. Like, I don't know.
What is the darkest desire of a hillbilly townsfolk? Like,
Well, and you know what? They're also like the most basic desires too. It's just it's very strange.
Yeah.
But
all the moonshine I can drink. Okay.
I think you guys are going to really love it. Find the movie. It's a great movie.
Yeah. I cheated though. I did see it a long time ago.
See, there you go. I had not. You grew up kind of watching this movie. I never did.
Yeah.
I never heard about it. A lot of these movies I've never heard about.
Read the book too. It's actually this. So if you watch this and you like it, if you even like it a little bit, go dig into the book. Nice. And you won't be disappointed.
Awesome. I like that. All right. The second one for episode 2 is going to be Now You See Him, Now You Don't. Now, this is the sequel that Matt was talking about. It's the sequel to The Computer Wore Tennis Shoes. So we're revisiting our friend Dexter Riley and his pals at Medfield College. And the summary is as follows. Dexter Riley, Kurt Russell, is a science student at Medfield College who inadvertently invents a liquid capable of rendering objects and people invisible. Before Dexter and his friends, Debbie and Skylar, can even enjoy their spectacular discovery, corrupt businessman A.J. Arno, Cesar Romero, plots to get his greedy hands on it. Slapstick hijinks ensue as Dexter and his pals try to thwart the evil Arno before he can use the invisibility spray to rob a bank. Already, there's so much in there for only, so this was released in 1972. It's an hour and 28-minute runtime. There's a lot to cram in that hour and 28 minutes, but you know what? They did it, man.
Yeah, I think the hardest part of this movie is to believe that Kurt Russell's character is a student of science. Guy's dumb as rocks.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, I like it says inadvertently invents. I don't think he did much to invent that, but that's all right.
Yeah, so he put some liquid in some pots.
Yeah. Number 3 on our list is the classic, my favorite movie, top 5 favorite movie all time, Popeye from 1980, coming in at a cool 1 hour and 54 minute runtime. Yeah. I had no idea, but that movie, I don't think it feels that long. Matt, I think thinks it feels twice as long.
I am going to feel every hour of that movie.
Yeah.
I'm going into this not having a previous love like you did for this film. This film freaked me out as a kid. I thought the people acted super weird. The slapstick did not hit for me.
Well, look, and my stated goal will be to make you love it by the end.
We will see.
All right. So the summary of Popeye is looking for the father in Ray Walston, who deserted him as a baby. A sailor named Popeye, Great Robin Williams, I added the great part, journeys to the port town of Sweet Haven. Popeye befriends an assortment of eccentrics and falls in love with Olive Oyl, played by Miss Shelley Duvall, who already has a suitor, the bully Bluto, played by Paul L. Smith. Popeye also discovers an abandoned baby, Sweet Pea, whom he raises as his own. But when the spurned Bluto kidnaps Olive and the child, Popeye takes action with the help of his magic spinach. Yeah, interesting. Which, by the way, we were just doing I just finished editing another show for the Ears Up main show, the history of Captain EO.
Oh, really?
And I don't know if you're familiar with Captain EO or, in this way, but Angelica Houston plays the evil queen.
Yeah.
Previously, they wanted Shelley Duvall to play it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I found very interesting, but
that would have been wild. Like all of that white makeup with the big, like dark eyes and everything, and the claws. Oh.
Yeah. But apparently at the script at the time, when Michael Jackson transforms the witch into, from evil to good, right? Ugly to beautiful.
Yeah.
They had a different character play the beautiful witch, like a younger version of the witch. And she's like, I don't want to do that. I want to play both characters. So they got Angelica Houston, and then they basically were like, well, she's a bigger name. We're just going to do whatever she wants to do. And Angelica Houston's like, yeah, I'm doing both characters. What are you talking about? Yeah. We don't need it. We don't need anybody else. And like, okay, there you go. Which I think was great. I don't think Shelley Duvall would have been, whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay, and then number 4 on our list is The Ugly Dachshund in 1966. I think this is one of those movies that I've heard about loosely, when kind of like just researching whatever. I know nothing about it. Is this something you're familiar with, The Ugly Dachshund?
No. What is it? What is a dachshund? Is it that big dog?
No, I think it's a wiener dog.
Is it? Oh, shoot. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the opposite of the big dog. Yeah.
I think it's in line with like that darn cat, you know.
It's the pet model that they had. Yeah.
You know what? Here's the thing. It's going to be some wealthy, before you even read it, some wealthy dowager owns a dachshund. What is it? The will to her estate is like hidden in his collar and he's running around New York City and they got to find him.
Man, you know what? That could be a movie. But let's find out if that's what this is. A suburban couple, Mark and Fran, take their beloved Dachshund Donkey to the vet's office to deliver her first brood of puppies. Before they leave, Dr. Pruitt persuades soft-hearted Mark to adopt Brutus, a tiny puppy that has been abandoned by its mother. As the puppy grows into a full-sized Great Dane that raises a ruckus around the house, Fran tries to convince Mark to find him a new home until a brave act helps change her mind. Oh. I mean, that is a classic Disney movie right there. You got Disney written all over that.
You got your Beethoven situation going on.
Yeah.
All right. I was way off and I'll own that.
Yeah. Well, but you know what? I would still watch either movie. What do you think of that?
Yeah, no, I would. Absolutely.
The next one on the list, Toby Tyler or 10 Weeks with a Circus. Now, this sounds like a short movie that would play ahead of a Mystery Science Theater. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's an hour and 36 minutes, released in 1960. And here's the synopsis. Little orphan Toby Tyler, played by our favorite Kevin Cochran, runs away to join a traveling circus following a quarrel with his foster parents, Aunt Olive and Uncle Daniel. Under the big top, Toby is exposed to a magical new world that includes a wacky chimpanzee named Mr. Stubbs. But the boy's friendship with paternal candy seller Harry Tupper is considerably less endearing, especially when Tupper starts showing his mean-spirited true colors. Okay. There's no hint of a resolution, which is nice. All right, so there you go. Toby is a troubled orphan with a pet monkey. Works at a circus.
Oh, I thought you said for a second, I was listening and I thought you said Harriet Tubman. He's Toby's best friends with Harriet Tubman.
Yeah, Harriet has a mini railroad.
Yes.
And, you know, it's a miniature
through the
one.
Circus.
That's right, yeah. You know what?
That's going to be a fun one.
I think that sounds great. Yeah, because I do like these movies that have chimpanzees. I love a chimpanzee in a movie. I feel like that's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a positive sign. There's
always going to be a weird edit where somebody falls down into some hay and then they go, and the hay flies off their face and it goes, wah, wah. And then it fades out. And then there's just a medium shot on the chimpanzee showing his teeth laughing. Yeah, that's going to happen multiple times. It has to. That's all they can play
do.
Some sort of drinking game to it.
The next one is going to be Almost Angels, released in 1962. And I'd never heard of this.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've heard of this one either.
Yeah, this to me sounds like a Final Destination alternative title. It's like we almost died several times, but one day we're going to get it.
To me, it feels like angels with dirty faces. It's like it's like ironic because it's a film about like hardcore gangsters. Hey, we were almost angels.
Yeah. The synopsis is this: a young working class lad named Tony dreams of lending his own angelic voice to the world-renowned Vienna Boys Choir.
What?
Though his engineer father wants Tony to follow in his footsteps, the boy wants only to sing. Once he finally joins the rank of the choir, he finds new trouble in the form of a broken-voiced boy named Peter, who becomes jealous of Tony's ability. What unfolds is a tale of friendship, ambition, and the healing power of music.
Oh, wow. That sounds like a good one.
Yeah, I am not excited about that. However,
no, it sounds awesome. I want to know, what does a young, broken voiced child's jealousy look like?
Yeah, but okay, right, exactly. And these are the things I'm excited to find out, right? Broken voiced. Is this broken voiced child in the Vienna Boys Choir? We all know how they got the high pitched voice. Like it doesn't make any sense. Is he hitting puberty? But that can't be it.
I know. It's like, has he always wanted to be in the boys' choir, but like his father punched him in the throat?
And it sounds like it's not going to be set, in America. So that'll be cool too. We get to see some new sights and sounds, and that'll be fun. All right. The next one, The $1 Million Duck. Now, this is one that I have definitely heard about before, but I have zero idea what it's about. It's released in 1971, comes in at a cool hour and 29 minutes, which I feel like is appropriate for any movie involving an animal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anything else, like the joke becomes old, but under an hour 30, I can deal with it. I can deal with it.
This feels like a movie where a wealthy dowager hides a will inside of a duck and he's running around the city.
Absolutely. I really hope that's the case. Here's the synopsis. Albert Dooley, a financially strapped scientist, and his wife, Katie, played by Sandy Duncan, by the way, think their money problems have been solved when the duck Albert has been experimenting on starts laying eggs with golden yolks.
Yeah.
However, Albert's ambitions are sidetracked when his meddling neighbor, Mr. Hooper, begins spying on his family and discovers the duck's amazing ability. After word spread about the duck, Albert and his family soon find themselves pursued by greedy FBI agents. I'm all over this. I think this is fantastic. A family fun romp.
Greedy FBI agents. So are the FBI agents like on the take? Like they're like, hey, we won't tell anybody about this, we'll silently make a mint.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it seems like it could be, the trend now is to sort of remake movies into horror movies.
Yeah.
This would be a great horror movie where like the FBI agents try to go in and kill the entire family and steal the duck.
Yeah.
And then the dad fights back somehow.
Uncle Sam's money problems are over.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. What do you mean? Added $4 trillion to the debt? Well, guess what? Give me 10 years and we'll get out of it.
I don't know what year this came out, but this feels very 1960s science. It's like, we're going to give the duck some chemicals and it makes gold.
Well, you know what? You're not far off. 1971 is when it came out.
All right.
Yeah. But you're right, because it is in that wheelhouse of weird comic book science is what I think I used to describe like in Computer Wore Tennis Shoes, or Now You See Him, Now You Don't, where like you have thing A and then you have thing B and circumstance C occurs to develop item D. And that's just the way it is. There's no reason behind it. You can't ever do it again. However, it's happened and now you have to get through it.
No, I can absolutely see that. I am a sucker for animal movies as well. Like I like a movie that, the Shaggy Dog turned out to actually be really cool. Like when we covered that, I really do actually genuinely like That Darn Cat. This is the same era as what is it? The Cat from Outer Space. So I'm into it. Tiger Walks. The Tiger Walks was cool.
Yeah, it was. It was cooler than the title suggests.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And so
from,
it's like
season 1, everybody.
I am not afraid of when Buena Vista Studios wants to center a movie around an animal.
That's right. You lean into that.
Yeah.
Well, the next one is not an animal per se, but it is Escape to Witch Mountain, the original from 1975. And I think wasn't Dwayne Johnson, wasn't The Rock in the remake or something like that?
Yeah, it was Dwayne Johnson and then that girl from the new Willy Wonka movie.
That's cool.
I'm excited for Escape from Witch Mountain though. They used to play this free on TV all the time.
I'm not familiar with it at all, but it sounds scary. It also, I've heard this title before, because it's been out. But it always seems like it's opposite to me. Why would you want to escape to Witch Mountain? Witch Mountain sounds like something you want to run away from.
Yes, I agree. I would agree, except I think there is a spaceship inside Witch Mountain. I think these kids are spacey.
Here's the synopsis. Tony and Tina Malone are two orphaned siblings with extraordinary psychic powers. When their abilities attract the attention of a cruel millionaire, as if there's any other one, Aristotle Bolt is his name, is the cruel millionaire's name. Aristotle Bolt. He kidnaps them with plans to exploit their powers for financial gain. Tony and Tia escape, and with the help of Jason O'Day, a bitter widower camping in a nearby Winnebago, they attempt to elude Bolt and begin to discover their otherworldly origins.
Fantastic. This actually is a time.
This is so layered.
I could sense your cynicism, but this is a time in Disney's history where they were coming out with some pretty emotionally genuine stuff. Like this is, right around the time of Watcher in the Woods, right? Watcher in the Woods came out a little bit after this, but like, I think this, if I'm not mistaken, is around the time Moon Spinners came out. Okay. Which was like, what is her name from Parent Trap? She's a little bit older here, and she's getting into some international trouble.
Nice. I love international trouble.
And then I can't remember if Disney made Candle Shoe, the movie Candle Shoe with Jodie Foster. Sounds also like kind of another thing where it's like, it's not so much comedy as it is like coming of age drama.
Okay.
And all these movies were good. They were fairly good.
Yeah.
You know, they had great soundtracks, good cinematography. Like, so I am excited to revisit this movie and see if it's as good as I remember.
Excellent. Excellent. The next one is another sequel. It's the Shaggy DA. The sequel to the Shaggy
Our boy grew up.
Our boy grew up. From season 1, we covered the Shaggy Dog. So if you didn't listen to that, check that out. This is 1976. And here's the synopsis. When successful lawyer Wilby Daniels, so my man turned into a lawyer. All right, there you go. Returns from vacation to find his home has been burglarized. He decides to clean up the town by running against the corrupt John Slade in the upcoming district attorney election. However, just as Wilby begins his campaign, he learns that a ring has been stolen from a museum that has the power to turn him temporarily into a sheepdog. Knowing he could transform at any moment, Wilby attempts to win the election. So is it a sequel or is it an alternate timeline where he didn't get turned into a sheepdog in the beginning?
Well, yeah, this is weird because now I'm like, are there multiple dog rings out there? Like, yeah. Because isn't that how he got turned into a sheepdog in the first place? He did a little magic spell on his.
Well, they went to his love interest's dad's museum.
Yeah.
And he knocked over a thing and then the ring fell in his pants. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he just said wop babaloo bop a rop bam boom. Like,
something like
and then
that. Yeah.
He became a dog. He traded spirits with a local sheepdog. Right?
Yes.
Because the French girl had a sheepdog. So now my question first is, who is going to own a sheepdog in this movie that he is going to transpose, or have they thrown that out and he just becomes a sheepdog?
I think that's the case. I think that might be the case.
Sheepdog will be disappearing.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see what you come up with on why this movie was made and if it's really related to the other one. Otherwise, just in its soul as a sheepdog transformation movie. But
I know. And what is he going to do as a dog in this movie that is more useful than when he was a dog in the other movie? Like,
well, you know what? Yeah. Well, hey, he can clean up his own poop, I guess.
That's
if he transforms.
So.
I mean, that would be kind of handy if you could just transform at will into a dog. Because then, you ever get stuck doing errands and you're like, man, I really got to go to the bathroom, but I don't want to go to like public toilet. So I'm just going to pop up to my sheepdog form and hit someone's yard.
Leave my pile of clothes here.
Yeah. All right. And last but not least, folks, this is the most recently made movie we have ever done on this show before. And I can't say I'm excited. I don't like this movie. I don't like it. I think it's inherently dumb, but my kid loves it and my wife absolutely loves it. It's a very popular movie. It is The Santa Claus from 1994.
Yeah.
And here's, in case you don't know about it, here's the synopsis. Divorced dad Scott, played by Tim Allen, has custody of his son Eric on Christmas Eve. After he accidentally kills a man in a Santa suit. Interesting. They don't just say Santa. They say a man in a Santa suit. They are magically transported to the North Pole, where an elf explains that Scott must take Santa's place before the next Christmas arrives. Scott thinks he's dreaming, but over the next several months, he gains weight and grows an inexplicably white beard. Maybe that night at the North Pole wasn't a dream after all, and maybe Scott has a lot of work to do. And the elf is Barnabas. And I cannot stand that child act. I cannot stand
Barnacle.
that. Yeah, I can't. Every time that kid's in a scene, I cringe. It's so over the top, aggressively bad. I don't like it. I hate it. But there's a lot of people who love that dude.
Yeah.
So,
well, did you like him in Addams Family Values?
I don't know
when he was
saw that.
Did you watch that movie?
I don't know.
Oh, he's great in that.
Is he?
Yeah, they go to summer camp and he's this like wheezing asthmatic child.
Okay, well, see, that's funny. You know,
Yeah.
I don't like a child that can boss me around.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. He just bosses Tim Allen around. So here's what we're going to be doing, folks. We're doing 2 episodes a month. Are going to be releasing, starting, hopefully in a couple of days, and then the Santa Claus should round us out for late November.
Yeah.
So it'll give us time to kind of coast into the Christmas season, listening to or watching the Santa Claus, or listening to it, or both, or neither. I don't know, man.
Yeah, this episode will be our gift to you.
That's right. So I might save my Tim Allen origin story for that show as a Christmas gift to you
Please
guys.
do.
Yeah, it's good.
Don't waste it here on this nonsense.
It's great. But anyway, that's our lineup, folks. Those are our 10 movies that we're going to be watching this season on season 2. If you want to support the show, now we have a wider network than just this show. We are part of something called the Ears Up Podcast Network, which we have a network of like 5 something other shows that are run the gamut between like Disney Parks history, which we have our main show called Ears Up, which is my show, and then we have one that just digs into Marvel universe stuff, and one that compares the 2 parks. Disney World and Disneyland. Yeah, that's the Supreme Resort. And we have a bunch of other stuff. So if you want any information on any of the shows that we have, this or others, go to earsup-podcast.com. And that's ears with a Z, because when I first started this whole thing in 2013, that's what you did. You replaced the S with a Z because you were cool.
It was very cool.
Now it sucks, and I don't.
No, man, it's still cool. It's still cool.
I guess, man. All right, thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So check that out. We also have a Patreon page. So if you want to support us, please go to patreon.com/earsup, and you subscribe for as little as $5 a month. We have a lot of extra content over there. We have something called The Secret Show, where we do Disney news, and we do some cursing every now and then, but we also give you a drink recipe. So if you are a cocktail lover, you get a free drink recipe with every brand new show. Puny Pod, the Marvel podcast that Matt named, they do a monthly recap. A couple of other shows do some monthly stuff as well. So you kind of get a lot of content for as little as $5 a month. And it helps keep us all in the network. It helps keep us all, floating by and, paying our bills and stuff like that. So I really do appreciate it. And we, as the Buena Vista Boys, have yet to do any sort of Patreon content. So I think what we're going to be doing, Matt and I have been talking about for a little bit, we're going to do a movie called Popeye the Slayer Man. I think that's what we're going to do. It's I don't know if anybody's heard this or not. It seems right. It feels good. It feels really good. And you know what? We might be able to time it. Well, I don't know if we'll be able to time it with Halloween, but it's Popeye, but reimagined as a serial killer, which I'm excited for, and because he's in the public domain, you can kind of do whatever you want with him. So I think we're going to be releasing that for Patreon only at some point. So please go check that out. Sign up for Patreon. It would really help us out. And I just released an episode of our conspiracy theory podcast called The Pyramid, the Eye, the Ears. Anyway, there's a lot of fun stuff over there. So please, check it out. That's what we're all about here, folks. We are gearing up for season 2 of the Buena Vista Boys. I really hope you guys are going to come along with us for the ride. These are our, we've never shown our cards before. Last season, we tried to keep everything, close to the vest. But this time we're like, you know what? This is what we're going to be seeing. And, hopefully you check it out.
Follow along with us. Watch all the movies we just talked about so that you can be there in our pain and we can share it around.
Right. Do your homework.
Yeah.
It's your homework, folks. Watch movies. Anyway, thank you guys very much for downloading this episode. Season 2 is going to be great. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really excited for it. Matt, I'm excited to go through this journey with you again, my friend.
Yes. I think there's a ton of energy, and I think the movies that we picked are a laugh riot.
I think most of them are going to be good. Yeah. Some I might tune out, but that's okay, because that's what I do. All right. Anyway, everybody, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And until next time, we'll see you later.
Thank you. Trailer.